Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers at Tigers Stadium. On the mound for the Twins today is Chuck Rainey, whose record is 8-9 with a 4.31 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Joaquin Andujar, whose record is 1-3 with a 4.61 ERA. Okay, before we even get into talking about the game today, I got to tell you a story about what happened to me today. Not baseball related, but I think you'll get a laugh out of this. So, if you don't already know, I live in Tucson, Arizona, in the desert. And I live in a very rural area of the desert. It's Sabino Canyon. It's right at the base of a mountain. And so, living out here, I have seen my fair share of wild animals. I've seen everything but a mountain lion so far. Javelinas. I had a bobcat in my backyard. Deer. All kinds of exotic wild desert animals. And so today, I'm driving to the supermarket up to Safeway, which is about 2.5 miles from where I live. So it's heading back towards civilization. And I'm driving to Safeway. I'm in a left-hand turn lane, getting ready to turn into the parking lot, and there is a Safeway trailer leaving the parking lot, coming around from the back where it must have unloaded all of its goods. And so I'm patiently waiting for it to pass. And as I'm waiting for this truck to get by me, I'm looking into oncoming traffic, and all of a sudden I hear a thwap. I look over outside of my driver's side window, and attached to my window, like a suction-cupped Garfield, is a freaking tarantula. It must have either jumped off of the trailer or fell from the sky. I have no idea. There's no trees around there. I don't know where it came from. And I swear to you, if I had had my window down, it was 104 degrees. So if I had my window down, it would have landed right in my lap. And I'm looking over at it, huge, like the size of your palm. And I can see its 8 little eyes, and my 2 eyes. I'm looking right into its eyes, and I'm like, holy shit. There's a tarantula attached to my window. I had not seen a tarantula. I have not seen a scorpion. I've not seen a rattlesnake yet. And so I'm still in the middle of traffic. I got to get across the left-hand turn lane into the parking lot. So I finally can make that maneuver. And as I go to move, the tarantula scoots around across the front of my windshield, down the side by my right side mirror, and then disappears. So I pull into a parking spot, and I very carefully go around the side of my car to try to find this tarantula, and I don't know where it went. Either it jumped off and ran away, or it's under my car and it's at my front door waiting to come in. I don't know. But man, I'm telling you, it was kind of scary. Those things are big and furry, and I know they really don't harm anything, but I mean, face to face, 6 inches away from a tarantula today, not what you want in the morning. pretty frightening. So I still have the adrenaline going from that. This game is probably going to be real adventurous. Let's get today's game started. I thought I'd share that with you. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe. You never know what's going to happen when you live in the desert. Everything out here is designed to kill you. But Joaquin Andujar on the mound, he has not been killer on the mound. He has actually been very mild. The current Twins lineup is only had 3 plate appearances against them, so not a lot to go on here. All of the bullpen is available, including Brian Kelly, who's missed a couple of starts, a couple of games because he did pitch 3 innings in his last appearance. So he's rested now. Let's take a look at our lineup. against the right-hander Chuck Rainey. We're going to sit Glenn Wilson today. He has not so much late. We'll get Kevin Bass in there in right field. We dropped Rickey Henderson down the lineup. He is huge, in a huge slump. In fact, a lot of our batters are really struggling. Really all of them, with the exception of Alan Trammell. Okay, let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown for the Minnesota Twins. Same lineup as the first game of the series. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Kurt Seibert. Batting second in right field is Hosken Powell. Batting third and DHing is Jim Eisenreich. Batting cleanup, Cecil Fielder. Batting fifth in left field is Gary Roenicke. Batting sixth and catching is Dave Engle. Batting seventh in center field is Dion James. Batting eighth at third base is Dave Roberts. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, is Mike Fischlin. And as I mentioned, pitching for Detroit is Joaquin Andujar, making his ninth start since we traded for him. He has not been good. He's 1-3 with a .461 ERA. I mean, he's made 8 starts. He's only pitched 41 innings, so he's averaging just over 5 innings per start. Has not been an innings eater as I'd hoped he would be. We do get Dan Petrie back in 8 games in 8 days, so that'll be like making a trade here at the deadline, getting him back. And I don't know which pitcher we're going to send down. Filer is the only pitcher who has the ability to go down because he does not have a major league contract. So Andujar or Mura could go to the bullpen, or we'd have to release them. So take a look at the Tigers' defense here. Pretty solid defense. We have gold glovers at first, second, and center field. And we've got Kurt Seibert leading off against Joaquin Andujar. Here we go, Seibert, batting .133 versus right-handers. Sends a fly ball into left center field. Gibby makes the catch out in left field. There's one down. Here's Hosken Powell. Powell having a against the Tigers. Pops it up at home plate. Says behind home plate, but it looked like it was up the third baseline. So we'll assume that the catcher, Kennedy, made the catch. Kennedy, by the way, his arm rating has gone down 1 point. So he's rated an 80 now. And Eisenreich strikes out. So a solid first inning for Andujar. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Tigers lineup rundown for today's ball game. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Whitaker. Batting second at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third, playing first base, is Eddie Murray. Batting cleanup and DHing is Mickey Hatcher. Batting fifth, playing third base, is George Brett. Batting sixth, playing left field, is Kirk Gibson. Batting seventh in center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting eighth in right field is Kevin Bass. And batting ninth and catching today is Terry Kennedy. Let's take a look at Chuck Rainey in his 3rd season as a Minnesota Twin. Making his 20th start, he's 8-9 with a .431 ERA. Wow, 15 more walks than strikeouts. He's thrown 131 and 2/3 innings pitched. His opponents are batting .242 against him. He has 3 complete games. His fastball tops out at 88 miles an hour, and his ground ball percentage is 44.8%. His fastball is his out pitch. It's rated an 84, and his 2 other pitches are both below average. Overall, he is rated an 81. The 29-year-old right-hander goes to arbitration at the end of this year. Taking a look at his log, he has not faced Detroit this season, and his last start was a no decision versus the Royals. going 6 1/3 innings, giving up 5 runs on 8 hits. Let's take a look at the Twins' defense. Once again, poor defense at first and third. Also out there in center field. Dave Engle behind the plate, his arm is also an 80. Okay, we've got Sweet Lou leading off versus Chuck Rainey. 2-2 count, and he rips it into right field on a line drive. Caught by Powell. There's one down. Next up is Alan Trammell. Trammell walks, so we have a runner on first. I almost want to hit and run here, but we may as well, here in the first, let the batters swing. Oh, is that a slider or a curveball that Rainey threw? Jams Murray high and inside. Probably swinging to save his life there. He pops out to third base, 2 down. Do we send Trammell? What is his speed is not great. He's got 9 stolen bases this year. 9 for 13. Hatcher's been terrible lately. You know what? Let's send Trammell. Only a 68% chance of being successful, but let's try to get a runner in scoring position. Trammell on the move, and he steals second base, his 10th stolen base on the year. Only the second Tiger in double digits. Okay, runner in scoring position, 2 down, 0-1 count to Hatcher. And Hatcher hits a ground ball to second. Seibert throws him out, and that'll do it. So we leave a runner stranded, head to the top of the second inning with Big Daddy, Cecil Fielder, leading off. Never faced Andujar before. And he hits a fly ball to center, where Henderson makes the catch, 1 down. Here's Gary Roenicke on a 1-2 count. Andujar strikes him out. 2 Ks for Andujar. Looking solid so far today. Dave Engle, next man up. Rips a line drive into left field. Caught by Gibby. We're going to the bottom of the second. No score as George Brett will lead off, followed by Gibby and Henderson. George Brett on a 1-2 count, taps it back to Rainey. And there's out number 1. Next up is Gibby. Gibby batting .253, 9 home runs. He is absolutely struggling. Popping it up into foul ground. Gibby, as you probably know, led our team in home runs last year, and he hasn't even reached double digits yet. 2 down. Sharply hit ground ball to third from Henderson, and another out. So neither team has a hit yet. We go to the top of the third. Bottom third of the lineup coming up with Dion James leading off against Joaquin Andujar. That's going to fall in for a base hit. James on first. He has good speed, probably the best legs on the team. Let's see if he's going to be going against Kennedy. Here's Dave Roberts. Roberts batting .354 since coming off the IL. Deep fly ball to first, and of course, he's going to tag and take second. I would love to have that eliminated from the ball game. I mean, it happens way too often. We're going to pull the outfield in with Mike Fischlin up. .279 hitter. Pretty solid for a guy in a nice spot. Oh, Dion James trying to steal third base. Overly aggressive, thrown out by Kennedy. Good job. That'll clear the bases for Mike Fischlin. And Fischlin walks. Come on. Walking the number 9 hitter. At least there's 2 outs as Kurt Seibert is up. Seibert walks a lot. He's got a .364 on base percentage. And a stolen base by Fischlin. So now we got to pull the outfield in again. Minnesota is determined to score this inning. Will the game Oblige. There's a ground ball to short. And Trammell throws out Seibert at first. So we go to the bottom of the third inning. Kevin Bass leading off against Chuck Rainey. Tigers still looking for their first hit, and he pops up. We have an all-star lineup of players, and we can't get a hit off Chuck Rainey. We could not get a hit off of Tom Klowitter yesterday. I don't understand what this game wants from us as Kennedy strikes out. Only the first K for Rainey today, and we're back to Sweet Lou. And Lou hits a high fly ball to right center. It's an easy play for the right fielder, Hosken Powell. We're going to the top of the fourth. With Powell leading off, he's 0 for 1 today. Andujar jams him inside. Is that going to fall in? It does fall in for a hit. Second hit for the Twins, and the leadoff man is on. Here's Jim Eisenreich. Ground ball sharply hit to Murray at first. Must have been a hit and run on, as the only play was for Murray to step on the bag at first. So a runner in scoring position for Big Daddy, Cecil fielder. You got to play straight away. And a strikeout. Good job by Andujar. Blowing it by fielder. Third K. And Gary Roenicke's up now. So let's see. He's got some power. We're going to have to respect the power. Andujar on a 1-2 count. Gives him a curveball, which Henderson catches in center field. So we're keeping him off the scoreboard. I feel like that's a victory. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Trammell leading off. He's been the only base runner for the Tigers. He walked in the first. A ground ball to first fielder makes the play. Rainey throwing a no-hitter. Murray walks. Now we've got a hit and run. Here's Hatcher. 0 for 1 today. Line drive into center field. It will be caught. Murray still on first for George Brett. Brett drops it down the left field line. There's a hit for the Tigers. Murray goes to third. First and third, 2 down for Gibson. No confidence in Gibby right now. He's 0 for 4 in his career versus Rainey with a strikeout, and he walks. It looked like that curveball dropped right into the zone, but I guess it's just below. So we've got the bases loaded for Rickey Henderson. Henderson 3 for 8 with a home run in his career versus Rainey. And if anybody's due for a big hit, it's Rickey. 0-1 count. He does go deep, but it's going to fall short of the warning track for out number 3. So at least the Tigers put up a fight there in that inning. We go to the top of the fifth. This is usually when Andujar falls apart. We have Dave Engle leading off. Engle, James, and Roberts coming up. Yep, there's a base hit in the center. Leadoff man on again. Third time here that a leadoff man has reached base. Dion James up next. I don't think Engle's going to be running. Okay, we're going to play straight away. Line drive to left. Gibby making a nice catch in left field. 1 down. Dave Roberts up next. Doesn't have a lot of speed. This would be a great double play situation. Oof. Looked like that was going to be ball 4. Roberts pops it up to Murray. 2 down. We're going to pull the outfield in here with Mike Fischlin up. He does have 5 home runs, but doesn't really show a lot of power. And a ground ball to Whitaker. He's had his defensive issues in the second half. Makes the play there. And we are scoreless through the top of 5. We head to the bottom half with Kevin Bass leading off. Only 1 hit today, but we have walked 3 times. Bass flies out to center field. 1 out. Here's Terry Kennedy. Struck out his first time up. Strikes out again. 2 down. Back to Whitaker. It's a war of attrition here as Whitaker flies out to left. We're going to the top of the 6th. We have a switch hitter and 2 lefties coming up. I have no faith in Andujar here, but I think we have to, we've already overused our bullpen. We have to let him pitch. And what are we going to do? Bring in Brian Kelly? He walks everybody, so let's play it out. Here we go. Kurt Seibert leading off, top of the 6th, and a base hit to right. So another leadoff man on. And here come the lefties. I would be well within my right to bring in a left-handed pitcher right now. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring in Capizzello. He has pitched a lot. Now he's got his endurance is a little bit higher, so he can, I feel like his year inning total can be in the 70s, unlike some of these other pitchers, that we have in our bullpen. So he's had a good year, but if you look at his splits, lefties hit him pretty solidly. But we're going to go with the odds here and bring in a lefty to face Hosken Powell. Powell still hits lefties pretty well. In fact, he hits lefties better than righties. And Capizzello walks him. So I don't know what else I could have done here. First and second, nobody out. Here's Jim Eisenreich, a 161 hitter. Base hit. So there we go. Twins get the lead just like that. That run will be tacked on to Andujar's day. And, may as well bring in a righty now. And this will be Brian Kelly. Taking a look at Brian Kelly. He gave up 5 walks in his last relief appearance, but he didn't give up any runs. So he walks a lot. He does strike out enough, too. He started a few games this year. He's not horrible. In fact, this guy should be part of our rotation. If you look at his overall ratings, they're solid. I keep thinking with more and more experience, he will start to evolve as a pitcher, but it's just not the case. We're going to pull the infield in. I don't know if it's going to do us any good here. Nope. Oh, that'll get a run, and that should have been ball 4. 2-0. That run goes to Cappy. Nice job by Kelly pulling the string there on that slider. 2 down. Here's Dave Engle. A line drive to right. Bass makes the grab. The damage is done. I feel bad every time I say it, but we have to be realistic. This game is over. We've only got 1 hit off Chuck Rainey against a sub 500 team at home. We're not winning this ball game, but we got to play it out as Trammell flies out to right. 1 down. Murray flies out to right. And Hatcher. There's a base hit to left. Hatcher getting his average back up to 280 at least. 1 swing of the bat could tie it, but Brett has no extra base hits as a Tiger. An OPS under 500. This is exactly what happened to Eddie Murray last year. If you take a look at Eddie Murray's numbers, when he was traded over, he had only 8 extra base hits with a 554 OPS, and that basically sunk our team last year. St. George, Brett doesn't want to be Eddie Murray. Brett hits his first home run, ties the ball game up at 2. I want to be excited about that, but I don't really feel like that's... I feel great that Brett might be a contributor, actually, but... Oh, there we go! Gibby gets off the schneid. A double dong day. Back-to-back jacks, and it's 3-2 Detroit. Wow, okay, so let's go back-to-back-to-back. Oh, an infield single from Rickey. We're going to send Henderson. Let's keep the pressure on. There's 2 outs. Henderson, at this point of the season, has been a 50-50 stolen base guy. 2 down. Let's see how he does here. He's going on the play, a fastball, and he steals second base. 44th stolen base on the year. In scoring position for big hit Bass. Let's see how he does. Full count. Oh, he strikes out on a pitch. That would have been ball 4. Tigers take the lead, though. A 2-run shot from Brett, his first as a Tiger, and Gibby's 10th home run. It's 3-2 Detroit. Let's take a look at the in-game stats. Player of the game. I mean, Brett is 2 for 3 today. Although Gibson's home run was the one that gave us the lead. So let's see how it plays out. We've got a lefty and 2 righties. I'm going to let Brian Kelly go another inning. I know this is a risky move, letting a reliever go another inning, but we'll give it a shot. Here's Dion James striking out. There we go. Kelly looking sharp. 1 down. Next up is Dave Roberts. He strikes out looking. That will leave it up to Mike Fischlin to get something going here. Oh, he scorches it to center. Out number 3. Great job by Brian Kelly, giving us 2 solid innings of relief. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Terry Kennedy will lead off. He is struck out both times at the plate. And a base hit to left. So the Tigers finally figuring out Rainey as we go to the 4th time through the lineup here. Leadoff man is on. We're going to sack bunt with Lou. This has not worked out well for us lately. He pops it up, yeah. Unbelievable how we cannot seem to execute those plays. Now we'll hit and run. A ground ball to third from Trammell. That will get Kennedy over and give Murray an RBI opportunity here. I really can't remember the last time Murray had an RBI. He's got 49 on the season. Let's look at his log. I guess he did have a home. Yeah, he's had 5 RBI in the last 20 games. And his only RBIs have been off home runs prior to a month ago. So, yeah, he has not been an RBI generating machine, as you might expect. And that holds true here. So, we're going to the 8th inning. Brian Kelly, good job. Now, we've got these lefties coming up. So, we're going to bring in our closer, Dave Rucker, here. And then we'll bring in Roy Thomas to close the ball game out as a righty, assuming we get that far, which let's not hold our breath. But just looking at Rucker's log here, you'll see he's had some success recently. He had those 2 rough games, but overall, looking pretty solid. So let's see how he does here against Kurt Seibert, who does not have a hit this year, versus a left-hander. 1 for 3 on the day, and he walks him. Not even close. Not even a chance. 4 straight fastballs, all high and inside. You know Seibert's going to be going, although there is a left-hander on the mound. There's Hosken Powell. He hits lefties well. Great job by Rucker. He's thrown 7 fastballs, 4 for a ball and 3 for strikes. Okay, next up, Jim Eisenreich. Eisenreich batting 188 versus left-handers. Let's get a double play here. Come on. Full count. Fly ball into left center field. Gibson. And the first base. That makes no sense. Twice in a ball game, someone's going to tag from first and go to second. You're going to hear from my lawyer. Okay, there's no way Rucker can pitch to Fielder. We're going to take out Rucker, and we're going to bring in Dave Smith. Dave Smith has a good fastball, and I'm hoping that he can strike out Fielder here. He does have 32 strikeouts in 35 and 2/3 innings. Looking at the splits, righties are only batting .228 against him. And he has the majority of his strikeouts versus right-handers. So all I want Dave Smith to do is go after Cecil Fielder here. Come on. He's 0 for 2 today. He's got a sac fly, RBI. Ground ball to third. Brett makes the play. Okay. Nicely done. We might let Dave Smith try to close this ball game out. He does have more experience as a closer. Okay, we're going to the 8th inning. Chuck Rainey's had 106 pitches here. Hatcher, Brett, and Gibby due up. Okay, these 3 guys had hits against them as in their last time through the lineup. Hatcher grounds out to first, 1 down. Here's George Brett. He had the 2-run home run, tied the ball game. And a base hit past the first baseman Fielder. Brett coasted to second with a double. That is the 15th double on the season for Brett. First as a Tiger. Batting .303 as a Tiger now. And there we go. Just like that. Turned it around. Okay, Gibby. We got to let him take a swing here. Rainey now officially tired at 117 pitches. Let's see if Gibby can take advantage of that. A ground ball to first. That'll get Brett over. Rickey Henderson. We would love an insurance run here. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Has a stolen base. 2-1 count, and he pops it up. No clutch at all. I need a drink of my special afternoon juice. Okay. That's the cheap stuff. We go to the 9th inning. Tigers have a 1-run lead, and we're going to leave Dave Smith in there. I don't know. Let's see how this plays out. Gary Roenicke leading off. It's Roenicke, Engle, and James. Full count. Walks him. God bless it. It never is going to be easy. We got to guard the lines here. Now, Roenicke's not going to steal, but we got to guard the lines against an extra base hit. Dave Engle, 1 for 3 today. And a base hit. Oh! Trammell snags it, and we turn 2. Oh, man. That is clutch defense from Trammell. Tigers 1 out away. Lefties have hit Dion, Dave Smith all season, but we're going to take our chances here. 2-2 count, and he strikes him out. Tigers win 3-2. Handshakes, butt slaps, tarantulas. We'll take the victory. We needed that victory big time. Let's take a look at the standings here. Okay, we maintain, I mean, this is how it's going to be the rest of the way. Win or lose, they're going to follow our lead here. Baltimore falls to 7 games back. I want to make a note here that Chicago at least in the standings, have jumped up to 5th. Seattle, I don't really see the whole lot of change in this lineup. Well, for the life of me, I do not understand how Toronto is in last place. That team should be absolutely crushing it. Okay, let's take a look at the National League. Why not? There's a lot going on over here. Montreal now 1.5 games up, 7 in a row, and it's got to be because of their pitching staff. Look at their pitchers. They've got Gullickson, Steve Rogers, Charlie Lay, David Palmer, and rookie Mike Moore in there. And they just named a new closer, Joe Hesketh. Wow, that is gutsy. Taking the lead in the East and then getting ourselves a new closer. Wow. Atlanta holding on to the West. Let's take a look at the headline news. The Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. James could not be bothered. Nothing to report. Let's take a look at transactions. We have a couple of injuries. Oh, Seattle loses their right fielder, Rod Craig. He was big against Detroit last year. Down the stretch, he's going to miss 3 weeks. And Jay Tibbs, they call him Mr. Tibbs, he's going to miss 5 days. He had 1 start for Minnesota this year, and he gave up 10 runs. He was moguling personified. 14 hits and 3 walks in 3 1/3 innings. Youch. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. There we go. We got to pull up that. Player of the game. Do we give it to Gibby or do we give it to George Brett? I guess Gibby's home run won the ball game. We're going to give it to Gibby. Great job by him. Oh, George Brett had 2 extra base hits. He had 3 hits on the day. I changed my mind. I'm going to give it to George Brett. Yeah, that's going to be his second as a Tiger. Brian Kelly gets the win in relief. What a great job by him. 3 strikeouts in 2 innings pitched. Our bullpen did not give up a hit in 4 innings. So great job by the bully. Dave Smith gets his 3rd save on the year. Maybe his season is turned around as well. Okay, we're going to come back tomorrow with Game 3 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.